two really quick things. Firstly, I saw that you've been with the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs for almost a year. It's almost coming up to your 1 year birthday.
Yeah.
So that's pretty bloody cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a part of our community. That is awesome. And those of you that don't know Anita, if you spend any time at all within our Facebook group, which is the page I'm on now, you'll see that Anita's very, very active and is constantly helping out, which is one of the awesome things about our community. We have brilliant people like Anita helping us out in what we do too. So huge thanks for that, Anita. And the other thing I saw as well was I quickly logged into the back end of that sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? I logged into the back end. I'm doing my best. I promise. I logged into the back end of the admin area, members admin area, and one thing I really noticed about what you do, Anita, is that you are constantly watching videos, updating your information, and educating yourself. I see that heaps in what you've been doing. Is that something that's been important, do you think?
Yeah, I took it pretty seriously. I did a lot of your courses. I've done pretty much all of them, and I've gone over just the modules over and over and over. So yeah, for sure.
I noticed that you'd done the Amazon SEO course, and you've been kind of devoured that one.
Yes, yeah, I did that one really quickly, and then I've gone over it again before I put my listing up.
Did you? So you started off with a product discovery session, didn't you?
Yeah, I did with Karen.
Which is fantastic. Did you ultimately, because I know quite a few people have asked about product discovery sessions, first of all, was it useful?
Yeah, it was really good, actually. It was fantastic. Perfect.
Did you end up going with that product that you and Karen came up with?
Yes, but I did a variation of it. So we went through and we came up with that product. I took a little while to put my product live, and in the meantime, I noticed it was getting quite competitive. So I actually did the same product, but a different variation that wasn't already on Amazon. So quite different, but the same actual thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes perfect sense. Absolutely. And so, well, give us a little bit of background about, you know, what you're up to now, where you're selling, and that sort of thing, so people can get a bit of sense of where you're at.
Currently it's one product, 4 variations. I'm selling them in the US and Australia on Amazon. I have got my listing on another platform in America called Bonanza, but I haven't sold anything. Yeah, and I haven't done anything with it. It's actually quite good because it converts your Amazon listing onto their platform.
Oh, that's
free.
Fantastic.
So it's worth doing, even just if you don't get any sales, just to see how it goes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So that's where I'm at. I'm ordering at the moment, I've got a new, the same product, but in a larger size. It's due probably get there in the next week or two. So, and I feel a bit more confident with the larger size. I think it's going to sell really well. It's what I intended to go to, but I just thought I didn't want to go all out with the money. I'll go with the smaller size and see how it went. Went really well. So now I'm moving to the bigger size, and then I'll order the smaller one as well to top that up.
That makes sense. All right. So talk us through what happened with your recent. I mean, I want to say launch, but did you even get to launch before you kind of sold? What happened?
No, well, I didn't do a proper launch in the end. I didn't do any giveaways. I didn't do any Facebook ads. I didn't do any of that. All I did was I put it up there, and then I did a lot of work on the keywords, heaps and heaps and heaps.
Yes.
And then, a lot. And then I did a little bit of PPC just to get some more information. I spent a bit of money on it, I guess. And then I worked on getting some reviews. And by the time I'd sort of done that, it pretty much I'd sold out. So I can't do a launch. I really can't do a launch because I've got not enough to sell. So I'm sort of stuck in a way.
I love that. So it's actually a great problem to have.
Yeah, unexpected. I was sort of working my way up to do some ads and give away all this stuff, and and how I was going to do it, and I didn't really get to it, which is great. It's really good. I'm wrapped. So,
All right, so let's look at. So you've had some good success, and here's something what folks who are listening in may not have heard, but both you and also the lovely Kate Ingham as well, both have basically said in a roundabout kind of way that you've got a ready, fire, aim mentality, in as much as you didn't feel that your stuff was perfect, but you got it up anyway and got started. Is that fair for me to say?
100% right. Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, and it's still not perfect. It's not the best one. It's the most. It's a unique one, but it's not the best one there.
Yeah.
I can do things, and I'm talking with the manufacturer about getting it really selling just consistently well all the time without running out of stock. So then I can start saying, well, let's make it better.
Yeah.
But I need all the stock coming in and know how much to order and stuff like that. Get all that sort of sorted.
Well, you know what? You've done the perfect thing, because what you've done is you've got it up there. You've made some sales. You've got some data back, and now you can kind of start aiming on the way.
Yep, 100%. And then I haven't worked on the Australian side of it much, but I think if I start applying what I've done in the US to Australia, it's going to be smaller, but I think I could make a few more sales than I'm making now in Australia, hopefully leading up to Christmas.
So that then logically leads on to a question from Mick. Yeah, that's okay, Mick. I thought I was answered for you, mate. So basically what Mick had said was, how about your Australian store? How's that going? And as Anita said, she hasn't really done much with that yet. It's been mostly focused on the US, but now she's bringing things into Australia. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes here.
Yeah, I've got some here, and I'm selling a little bit, but I've got my previous product as well, which was just a little bit of a test, not a test, but a learning one, and I'm still selling that in Australia. So I sold one today, and I'm selling my latest product as well. Not heaps, but I've got a little bit of stock here, but mostly in America.
All right, fantastic. Lots of folks asking me what you're selling. We're not. I just to let you guys know. Anita would be crazy to tell you what she's selling, because obviously that's now a successful product that's going to end up feeding her and her family and putting some extra money in her pocket. So she'd be nuts to tell you what she's selling. So just as if you had something, what you were selling and it's doing really, really well, you'd be nuts to tell other people what you were selling too, regardless of how much this is an awesome group. It's just crazy to do that, I think so. You can ask away, but you ain't going to find out. But having said that, now that you've actually got started and got things up, Anita, what if anything would you have done differently to get yourself up and running?
Number one, I would have done all of this way quicker, just because things change so quickly, and a lot of the things that I was learning in the inner circle last year, even from, I think I joined very early on, and it was like, wow, but I can't apply it until I've got my product in there. And now some of those things are, they're gone. Even things with Facebook, a lot of things that you said, you could use some data from Amazon and Facebook and stuff. Stuff like that's very hard now to do. So unfortunately, I wish I had done things quicker, so then I could have made the most of some of those things. The new things come, but the quicker the better. I know that I think Karen got hers when I spoke to her and did the product discovery session. She did her product within a month or something crazy like that. She had it on Amazon. Yeah. So look, there's two ways of going. I mean, I just like to really think about things and make sure I'm 100%, as much as possible. But she had 1 month, and that would have been nice.
Yes, I agree. And just so you know, Anita's in my Advanced Inner Circle. One of the things about being in that group is I give you the very, very latest cutting edge information about what's working on Amazon like right now. Unfortunately, of course, Amazon is constantly updating things, so it can be 3 months later, what we were talking about in an inner circle no longer works. I give you the next thing that's working. So that's what Anita's referring to with that. Just to kind of put some clarity around that. Last question for you. So based on what you now know, Anita, what advice would you have for somebody who's just getting started?
The number one thing that I learnt was when you put your product up, make sure you have some 5-star reviews already.
Yeah.
Because I got a 2-star review, and I know someone who's got a 1-star review, and they had nothing else, and they had to remove their product and start again because they just it's never gonna work. I had some 5-star reviews, and I could sort of average it out. It averaged out okay, but otherwise it'd be a disaster. So definitely just have some 5-star, even five 5-star reviews is fine, but just something.
Something to get you started. And I think that probably speaks to doing additional advertising. Like you said, you haven't launched PPC and things like that, so that would probably filter in nicely with that as well, Anita.
Yeah, yep, that's right. Absolutely, yep.
You're a superstar. Thank you so much for sharing that. And look, a huge congratulations to you. And yeah, I think that what Anita's done has been absolutely fantastic. You can read more about it within our Aussie Online Entrepreneurs community. That's the post, or one of her posts in just there. But as I said, Anita's extremely active within our community as well. And that's one of the wonderful things about being in the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, of course, is that you get great people like Anita sharing their experience and helping folks out, which is just awesome. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.